Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing a process of maintenance, and for this video we're going to be doing intake cleaning on my Kia Sportage, so stay tuned. Alright, so the purpose for this video is we're going to do a series of maintenance on this vehicle. So one of the first maintenance that we're going to be doing is intake valve cleaning. The reason is these engines are GDI, meaning that they're direct injection, not port injection. So these engines are known for having intake carbon buildup on the valves, and when they build up to a certain degree, they can basically restrict airflow into the intake, and it could cause poor idle, poor fuel efficiency, and so on. So for that solution, there's different solutions. So for that, we're going to be using this. This is a CDR CRC intake valve turbo cleaner. I've used this product before and I have no issues with them. I've seen some pretty good results. Obviously, it's not going to resolve 100% of the carbon buildup on intake, but it will loosen up to a degree that can operate into optimal performance. So looking into the instructions, says use every 10,000 miles or before every oil change. I don't know if they have used this before, but on this vehicle, but since it has 65,000 miles on it, it wouldn't hurt to do it. So looking at the instructions here, basically you just warm up the engine and then you just take the intake out. You take that clamp off, and then you take the intake out, and then you just spray directly. I have another method that I'm going to be using, so I'll show you in a brief. Okay, so one method that I'm going to be using is this contraction device. So this was from a product that I used. I cannot remember the name, to be honest with you, but what I did is I cut off this end, and then I'm just going to use this straw. It fits nice and snug inside to the original can. So this just goes inside the intake and just shoots out the product inside the valve. Now, you don't have to use this method. Like I said, this is my personal use, but if you're going to use this thing, best thing to do is to remove this clamp, and you just take this hose out, and then you just shoot directly inside of it. It should work the same way, but I'm going to use this one. This is a little bit easier, and hopefully it should work. Alright, after kind of struggling a little bit there, I was able to get it inside there. So now all we got to do is just start the engine, and then just rev it up to 2500. From 2000, do not exceed 3000 RPM. So make sure your AC is off. Make sure your AC is off for this. Alright, so after finding the correct device, so you make sure that it's above 2000 RPM, and then we're going to proceed with the intake cleaning. Alright, so we're literally above 2000, about 2500 RPM, so that's perfect. So now we're going to proceed with the intake cleaning. the intake tube and clamp that down. And then basically what we're gonna do is just gonna let it heat soak for about an hour or so, and then we're gonna go take it for a test drive to kind of burn off that carbon off. All right, guys, so after about an hour or so, after letting heat soak, we're just gonna start the engine. Then we're just gonna let it idle. Now we're just gonna go for a cruise drive to kind of let this thing throw out all the carbon buildup in the intake and let it burn off. All right, so we're kind of driving along, just taking it easy. Now, once you're driving, you're gonna hear a little bit some knocking noise. That's normal, just don't floor it. You wanna get all that carbon buildup off. So just take it easy, you don't wanna damage the engine. Just go slow. And just kind of cruise around. Once we run about 10 minutes, then we start flowing it just a little bit. So that way it burns off all the carbon. Alright guys, I'm just here cruising. Just getting everything up to speed. Trying to burn all that carbon. So I got it in sport mode so that way it accelerates a little bit better. So far I feel a little bit better. Throttle response. Also for stop and go traffic, it's pretty nice. Alright guys, so I'm just cruising, so we're gonna do a little bit of acceleration. Alright, so that should be able to clear up most of the carbon up. So hopefully we'll do two more pulls and then hopefully call it a day. Alright, so now it's our chance. Let's do another quick acceleration pull. Just get off here. Alright, so now we're cruising around. So far it feels good. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and I'll see you in future video contents.